So believe it or not, this camera is supposed to be 4K, and it looks like this. So I don't know. It even says it right here, 4K. I got it like 6 years ago. No, 5 years ago. And it says it's 4K, but I doubt it because the 1080p webcam I used to have was better, and I gave it to one of my friends. Anyway, um, this normally wouldn't be this messy. Geez, it was a month ago tomorrow that I moved out of my mom's to my dad's. This is my dad's. And I still haven't gotten fully moved in. So yeah, I just want to talk a bit about like college and the future and like my thoughts on it, what I'm gonna do. Let me bring my microphone down so you guys can hopefully hear me better. Um so if I hadn't like I have a lot of regrets from high school, but I do not regret coming back to in person for my final year. I regret skipping a lot of school to the point where I had to do online, but I don't regret coming back for my senior year. And so, because if I had just finished out online, I'd be lost. I wouldn't know what to do, where to go. I would probably be told, oh, you could go to college or you can go straight into work. And I'd be like, I don't know what to do. I'm really glad I came back. Because one day in September, I think it was September, the school counselor called me in, guidance counselor, and I assume he did it for all the seniors. But he was like, what do you want to do? Okay, honestly, this monitor right here, my second monitor is bugging me because it's glitched right now and it's constantly flashing the go to sleep thing. It's kind of a burn-in sort of thing, maybe. It's had this issue before. Let me turn it off and turn it back on. The video didn't stop. Okay, I'm just turning it off. It didn't fix it. So, when he asked me, what do you want to do? I said air traffic control. I'd wanted to I'd wanted to do air traffic control ever since I heard about they make good money and they want to hire gamers because the gamers could work better under it. And so that was my plan. Do air traffic control. So he looked at colleges where they did air traffic control. There's only one nearby. Luckily, it's not that far, about an hour and a half. But it would still be pretty far. Or it'd still be like, seriously, there's literally no college in the state of Minnesota that does air traffic control. So for the one that does to be an hour and a half and then in the state over, not that bad. So I chose to go there. I applied because October was free admissions month. Except this college didn't do it. And so when I goddamn semis are loud. When I submitted the application, I waited. I wasn't sure if I would even get accepted. Lo and behold, I got an email one day in early December. Greetings. Your application has been denied. Let me go, rarely do I delete my, oh my god, this stupid monitor. Rarely do I delete my email. So, let me try and find the email and read it. Maybe it... What? Where is it? Can I not go down any farther than this? There we go. Thank you for your interest in the university. After carefully reviewing your application and supporting documents, it is with considerable regret we are unable to offer you direct admission. I remember I got the email. I was sitting at lunch. And I checked it. I cursed out loud. For the rest of the day, I was sad. My friends, when they sat down at lunch, they noticed my sadness too and asked what was up. So I just showed them the email. And then my parents were trying to push me to this other school that's in Minnesota. But then eventually, weirdly enough, it was when I was rewatching Breaking Bad that I realized maybe I don't want to do air traffic control. After, that one character, what was his name, Don? Spoiler. Is an air traffic control operator and he causes two planes to crash into each other. So I was like, maybe I don't want that to happen. So yeah. I decided, well, I'm good with computers. Let's do computer science. And so that's currently what I'm going to pursue. But then my parents were like, well, because you're not doing air traffic control anymore, maybe you want to try this other school in Minnesota. And I'm like, I've toured there. It's not an interesting school. Because early in the year, in October, and this was like December, this was late December, early January when my parents were pushing this. And it was, there was a tour to the colleges in October, 2 separate colleges, same day, the one that my parents were trying to push, and another one that, funnily enough, I'm wearing this shirt that's from that college. So that's why I've kept from up here, because for privacy reasons. So let me find some emails. But so my parents are trying to push me into this school. I toured it and I was like, this isn't an interesting college. This one, the shirt I'm wearing, was more interesting. And so I just wasn't really into it, but my parents submitted an application for me and waited to hear back. I was like, all right, if I get accepted and don't have to do the launch program, which I didn't mention what that is. It's the main college I applied to does this thing called a launch program, where if you don't meet the criteria, GPA, which I'll get into that in a bit. My GPA. Shaggy, what are you doing? My dog is right there. If you don't meet the criteria for the GPA and other stuff, it's a collaboration with a community college where you'll do the first year at that community college. Well, you're taking the community college's classes, but you're still on campus of the main university. And before my parents had submitted that application to the other college, I had submitted an appeal letter for the launch program. And it got denied. I explained why my GPA was so low, which I will get into that after. But when I'm trying to think, where was I? So the application was submitted, and I was like, all right, if I don't have to do the launch program at the university I was going to go to, and I could just go right into the university for this one, I'll just do that. Then I got an email back not long later. It was like my parents were trying to convince me on the one in Minnesota because it could possibly be cheaper, and I'm like, I'd rather go to a college where I am going to enjoy it. Because then, if I go to a college where I enjoy it, I will learn better. If I go to a college that is just like I might as well, it's not gonna be good on my mental health. My parents were also trying to push me on the university in my hometown. I would be depressed if I were to go to the university in my hometown. because I feel trapped in this tiny area and I want to get out. And so just putting me in the college that's down the road is not going to be helpful. Plus, it was originally just a teaching college. Now it's just a more broader university. They have a computer science program. Do you really think that in a tiny town in the middle of rural Minnesota that they are going to have a good computer science program? Or, like, I don't know. Plus, I want that college experience. I don't want to just go there as a, might as well. Let me find the email from the college my parents are trying to push me on. I'll pause it while I'm looking. Oh wait, that's right, it's in my other email. Forgot. Do I have this saved on here? Oh, I don't. Kidding me? Alright, I found the email. Hello, I'm your admissions representative. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. That's the one where it's been received. Where is it? Okay, I found it. I appreciate your interest in Minnesota, this college. After reviewing your application, we regret to inform you that you are unable to offer you admission at this time. I got that email. I have a very good memory when it comes to dates. I don't know why. It says right here, Tuesday, March 3rd at 9:09 a.m. I was like, yeah, it's around 9:10 is when I got it, because it was close to the end of my first hour class of that day. Got the email, I checked it. Then when the bell rang a couple minutes later, I just went into the bathroom and cried. Didn't even care I was late for art class, I just cried in the bathroom. And when I walked into art class late, I just laid down with my head on the table, crying to myself. All my friends were on a field trip that day that I didn't go on because I missed the day where they announced it was. So I was pretty much alone for that day, alone in my own thoughts. And, I had a really nice pen from this college that I carried around with me. I was so pissed about not being accepted that at lunch I smashed it with my water bottle and then threw it away. So let's get into my GPA. My GPA is low because of the fact that I skipped a lot of school when I was younger. By the end of sophomore year, I had, I think, 17 missing credits, and so I had to switch online for my junior year, and then I came back my senior year. But the past still bit me in the ass. Because 2.268, that's my GPA, last I checked, which was the final week of school. It might have changed. Might have gone up a couple points, but other than that, I graduated as the lowest rank in my class. My graduating class, including me, was 30. Only 30. And so I was the lowest out of 30. People say your past doesn't define you. It does. Because if it didn't, I wouldn't have gotten denied from 2 colleges. I saw no point in applying to any other. It would have been a waste of application fees, because then I would just be told, no, 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 definitely no, no. It was wasted time. And when the ACTs came around in my senior year, at the start of the year, I was thinking I was going to take them. But when they did come up, I was like, yeah, I'm not taking them. One of my teachers even asked, "You're not taking them? How come?" It's like, there's no point. I'm already doing the launch program for the main university. Even if I get really high ACT scores, I will still have to do the program. And there's no real point for me at this point, because of the fact that they make it that you apply to college before the ACTs come around. Well, the ACTs are junior and you apply for college senior year. You get what I'm saying. So I never took my ACTs. And I will have to take another test to, yeah, for the college to um find out like where I'd be put for the math classes. It's not until I think August when I take that test. Um, but oh, you know what? I just realized in the corner of my background is actually a folder from the college, the second college that I got denied to. In my background, I'm not going to say. You know why I decided to stick with the first university I applied to? Because they felt unique. All the other colleges, this one, the one I got denied from, all of these other colleges, the college in my hometown, ton of these tech schools, all of these ones are just, they feel like they're begging you to come to their college. And so if like they're so begging, that's why I don't understand why they'll deny people. If you're begging that much, why deny people? I don't know, the whole college thing, it does not make sense to me. Because I'm paying for it, why should you choose whether or not I get in? And that's why I like some of the tech schools. Like one tech school in my hometown that a lot of my graduating class is going to. Like as long as you graduated, you'll get in. Or as long as you graduate high school, you'll get in. So I just don't understand the whole college thing with that. And it's just ridiculously overpriced. I haven't even applied for scholarships or any loans or anything because of the fact that of my low GPA and the fact that I was never in community involvements other than some stuff with like the state fair. There's no way I'm ever getting a scholarship for those. So I just never applied. One of the few events my senior year that I chose not to participate in. I participated in as much senior events my senior year as I could. There was one called the Senior Sunrise Breakfast at the local cafe. I would have went, but I accidentally slept in. I lived right down the road from it. I would have gone, but it was when I was still adjusting to my sleep schedule. And so when I look in the final video they gave us for our graduating class, and I look at, and they play that, when the video is playing and they get to that photo of all of the seniors on the front lawn of the school, and I'm not there, I just feel sad. But there's one event that I chose not to participate in. The final week of school, there was an awards banquet for scholarships and such. I willingly chose not to go because I knew that there was no point, and I do not regret not going. So yeah. But you know what? There's little hope with like not going to debt because some of the money that could be used for college can actually be transferred to the university I'm going to. So yay. But I'm at this point, I'm just ready. I can't wait to go off to college. It's what, how many days until I can go? 59 days, I think. Yeah. Yeah, 59 days. Until I can move in to the dorms. I'm just ready to get out of this town. I'm sick of living in this town. I feel lost right now, and I'm just ready to like feel productive and feel like I'm a part of something. Because I'm happiest when I'm a part of something, and I felt left out a lot of things senior year. I was left out of the front page of the yearbook. I will be pissed about that till the day I die. I was literally the only senior who wasn't on that front page. And I've talked about it before, so I'm not going to get into it again. I was never included in the emails that were given to the seniors for the longest time. And it wasn't until one day in April, I guess my mom must have had a hissy fit at the school or something, because then, finally, instead of being added to the 12th grade email list, the emails just went to 12th grade and me. Like, I've tried Google Workspace before. I never did anything like that with Google Workspace. I tried it for like 2 days. But I doubt it'd be that hard to add that to add my email to the list. I doubt it would be that hard. So why was it that hard? And my friends and I joke that the IT guy is lazy, because there are laptops at the school that support Windows 11 but still run Windows 10. So, yeah. I don't understand. It's like, I was also left out of the senior group chat for the longest time. And that was because most of my class probably didn't even think I had a phone. No. They didn't probably think it. They didn't even know I had a phone for the longest time. Seriously, that's how little they knew me. And I've talked about in some previous videos how their impression of me was the same as I was sophomore year. So I won't get into that here. But because I felt left out and not included, I didn't feel the greatest, and so when I finally did get added to the senior group chat, I felt pretty good. I'm still in the senior group chat, but no one says anything anymore, because obviously, we graduated. The group chat on Snapchat, a couple people have already left, but it's been a couple weeks since anyone left. I already miss high school. And so, I'm ready to go off to college at this point. It's just easier to, I want to get, if I could pick, to go straight from graduating high school to college, I would do it. Like, skip my summer. I don't want my summer this year, which is something I never thought I would say. It's just... I don't know. I don't know what to say. And I've had a bit of a hard time processing graduation. A bit. A month ago today was my grad party. And so I've had a bit of a hard time processing it all. And so, what I've just been... Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I called a therapy office yesterday. No, Monday. Called it Monday, yeah. To get in. And they called me back yesterday while I was at work, and I haven't called back yet, but... Because... I royally screwed up on something on Saturday. This is irrelevant to college, but I royally screwed up on Saturday. And I realized I need therapy. So, after I record this, I'm going to call them back.